Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about 10 things you didn't know you could do in Grand Theft Auto Online with the addition of all the content from Arena War and the Festive Surprise 2018 update. So anyways, let's jump into this day and let's get it started. So I don't know if it's an accidental change or if Rockstar did it on purpose, but the Bombushka, you could open the back and you could carry cars in the back before Arena War. However, after Arena War came out, cars were not allowed in the back. And this seemed like a weird change that Rockstar would implement. Like, how is this harming or affecting anyone? And from what I figured out today, it turns out this might be a glitch. So there is actually a way in which you can put vehicles in the back of the Bombushka now, but it essentially requires you to completely strip down the vehicle of any upgrades. You have to remove liveries, you have to remove JTOW, you have to remove all of the weapons, all the thrusters. You basically have to strip this thing clean like you just bought it from the website. And then, and only then, will you be able to successfully add a vehicle to the back. I know it's very strange. I do not understand why Rockstar have suddenly done this. And because you have to remove all of the sort of upgrades in order to use it like normal, that's why I feel like it's a glitch, because it seems very similar to the Akula when it was broken, how if you removed a certain aspect of it, the homing missiles would start working again. So I'm hopeful that Rockstar will be able to fix this soon, but it might require like a brand new update, and who knows when that could be. So it could be a bit. Now, another thing, and I don't know if this is the case every time you load a vehicle back into the Bombushka, but once you got out, I couldn't get inside the vehicle. Like, the only way I could get inside the vehicle is if I were to get it out of the plane, which is what I typically wouldn't want to do. So I don't know if that's a side effect of the Bombushka being super broken or if it's always been that way. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below. But at least as of now, we have a little bit of a workaround in order to get vehicles working and in the back. Another workaround, speaking of that, in a lot of the videos I've been doing where we've been testing out the new unreleased cars, I'll say something along the lines of like, you know, these wheels can be changed via the iFruit app. The stock rims can be changed with the iFruit app. However, the iFruit app is incredibly broken. Like, I tried to use it the other day and like none of my cars were loading. And that was my main way of getting colored stock rims on vehicles. Well, it turns out that there is another way. It's a little bit tedious, but if you want colored stock rims, it's the best way to go about doing it. So what you want to do is find yourself a vehicle that can have colored stock rims. A really good example of this is the Tesseract. So for this example, I wanted to make orange wheels. Now, because the iFruit app is not working, what you want to do is select any wheel and then paint it the color that you want. Now, once you paint it, you want to switch back to stock rims. You'll notice that your color will go away. However, once you've done that, you want to immediately go to single player. Once you're back in single player, load back into Grand Theft Auto Online, and you should have colored stock rims. So that is a way in which you can sort of get around the iFruit app being totally broken, which Rockstar is probably not going to update. I think their focus is clearly on Red Dead Redemption 2 and its companion apps, so I wouldn't expect that to get updated anytime soon, but at least this is a way in which you can get colored stock rims for all of your vehicles. Okay, this next tip is important due to the sort of holiday time we're in right now. So pretty much every single day, Rockstar are giving out free gifts, whether that's fireworks and firework launchers or weapons or vouchers for cars. And I've been stating in previous videos that all you have to do is sign on for like 1 second in order to get that. Well, you do have to do a little bit more than that. You actually don't get the gifts if you stay inside of an interior. So for example, a lot of you guys are probably going to be spawning in your nightclub or your arena workshop or your CEO office. You actually have to go outside in order to trigger the gift being activated. And just to be safe, I would recommend spending a little bit of money on something that makes sure the game will save. So you can just go to your interaction menu and like buy some ammo or some snacks, and it'll work that way. Another thing you can do is respawn. That will actually get the game to save. So that's just sort of a quick little PSA, because over the next couple of days, especially closer to New Year, there's going to be free vehicles and rare items that are going to be handed out. And if you're just logging on, loading into your arena workshop or your nightclub thinking you've gotten them, well, it turns out that that's not the case. So just a quick little PSA right there. Something else that's kind of cool is a way in which you can get more spins on the spin to win wheel in the spectator box. So if no one is using the spin to win wheel, then this really doesn't matter. You can just stay there all you want. However, after you're done spinning the Arena War wheel, all the characters go through a little bit of an animation if you're just sitting there waiting on the wheel. What you can do is actually snipe turns from other players, which if you're on like a little timer like this, the more spins you can get in while you're in the spectator box is going to be worth your time. So what you want to do is once you've spun the wheel, you want to actually walk away from the table. Then when you see the wheel is starting to come to an end of its spin from another player, you want to jump back into the wheel right as your turn is about to start. And this will allow you to jump in line in front of other players, because typically the way it works, you spin, then someone else has to spin, and then it goes in sort of a circle. Another thing that works really well is if you spam left on the D-pad while you and others are sort of queuing for a turn at the spin to win wheel. That's the tip that I was using before I found this, and that works probably 75% of the time, but this new method where you sort of jump out of the wheel and then jump back in works really well too. Just make sure your spot doesn't get stolen by someone else, then you're completely out of luck. Moving on, another really cool change that Rockstar made was to the drone out of the Terrorbyte. So we actually talked about how they added a photo mode and how they changed the controls. Well, Rockstar also made it that you could boost while turning. Previously, you could only boost while going in a straight line, and this was really awkward, and it made the boost really not worth it. Now you can boost and turn at the same time, and I will tell you, it is incredibly convenient. So I'm so glad that Rockstar ended up making this change, because I know a lot of people that use the drone a lot and are super effective with it. I am not. I am super clumsy with it, but this change is a lot better, and it does make for a better drone flying experience. Let's just say that. Moving on, one of the Arena War vehicles I think is pretty awesome is the Sasquatch. And one of the upgrades it has on there is this ram that actually is like, it looks like a highway sign. It says Del Perro Freeway, Elysian Fields Freeway. And then it says Interstate 2, and then I think it's Route 20. Well, it turns out that you can actually find this in the world. This is like a real sign. So if you go to this location right here, you'll find the sign that the Sasquatch actually uses. Kind of cool stuff right there. Obviously, that doesn't really change anything about the vehicle at all, but it is kind of cool that Rockstar went to that level of detail to put something like that in the game. So that sign is an actual freeway sign in GTA 5. Moving on, for the next couple of days, Rockstar are still doing those event cargo business battles. There's special business battles where you can not only get the up and atomizer, but also some exclusive sweaters. Well, a lot of you guys were wondering what those exclusive sweaters were, because the designs are kind of cool. So the first one is this one right here. It is the Ice Cold sweater. It's a combination of like snowman and sprunk with ice cold written across the chest. Looks pretty good in my opinion. That's the first one. The next one is pretty awesome. It is the blue Slaying the Night Away sweater. We actually got the green one. I think it was today actually. So this is the blue one that you can get from actually doing the business battles. That one looks kind of nice. The third one today is also pretty cool. It is the green Cluckenbell. We're going to be getting the blue Cluckenbell as a part of the daily unlocks, but this green one can only be acquired if you play the business battles. I really like this one in the drumstick ornaments. That's really funny. Our fourth one today is a great one too. It is the burger shot one. This is probably my favorite. It's got the target and the burger sort of pattern, and then it's got the scope zooming in on the right-hand side. This one is awesome. I love the level of detail here. That is the burger shot sweater. And the fifth one is the red bleeder one, which is sort of like the cheeseburger design that looks pretty cool. So those are the ones that you can acquire by actually obtaining the business battles that are going on. You might get them. You might also get the up and atomizer. It's random. So you have no idea what you're going to be getting if you enter one of those. And finally, last but not least today, if you watched one of my earlier videos that we did maybe last week about how if you tip the nightclub attendant like 570 some odd times, you'll end up getting a special outfit, the Epsilon robes. Well, in that video, I also mentioned that there was a secret tattoo that you could unlock as well. Now, I'll actually leave a video in the description that shows you sort of how it's done. But long story short, in order to unlock this secret tattoo, you've needed to gather the alien egg that is only acquired after you've done 600 gun running sourcing missions. That is a ton. From there, you need to wait till it's nighttime and raining, and then you need to do the same thing as before. Drink the Macbeth whiskey shots until you pass out and eventually end up on Mount Chiliad, where you're going to have an encounter with the alien kind. And that will give you the special back tattoo. And it can also be found in the tattoo shop as well. So I am nowhere close to getting the requirements for that. I think I've done maybe like 75 gun running sourcing missions, and you need 600 to even potentially trigger it. So it is an extremely rare tattoo, probably one of the rarest ones in the game. But anyways, that right there is 10 things you didn't know you could do in GTA Online. As always, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you have any more useful tips or tricks for us, be sure to let us know down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA and Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.